Verse 16, it says, Son of man, with one blow I will take away your dearest treasure. Yet you must not show any sorrow at her death.
Man, so the Lord put a test on Ezekiel and killed his wife. He said, I will take away thy dearest treasure and you don't cry. See, and just imagine just imagine that. Just imagine how hard that had to have felt. Or how hard that was, man. Because, you know, here it is, probably, you in captivity.
Well, that was your woman.
That was your woman. You know what I'm saying? You in captivity, you already in hell. You already a slave. And then you have your wife with you. And then the Lord takes away your wife. And this was all a test. You see, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, could put you through extremes like that, man. Think about Job. You know what I'm saying? Job, you know, hey, his wife left him. After pretty much, you know, he got the boils and everything, like he lost his family, he lost his riches, he lost his cattle, his land. Then you know, his woman left him. Cursed the Most High and died. But what did he do? He still maintained his integrity.
Yes.
You know, he still had to fulfill the mission. You know?
You got it. It says, Yet you must not show any sorrow at her death. Do not weep. Let there be no tears.
Bro, think about that, man. Gird up thy loins and show yourself a man. He's like, you better not cry. Bro, like, hey, that's how extreme Yahweh Shema Shai is, man. That's how serious he is. Hey, the Lord is an austere man. Very austere. He's like, man, look, I'm gonna kill your wife and you better not cry. I better not see you crying either. Get up and go out there and preach. Matter of fact, go ahead.
Verse 17, groan silently, but let there be no wailing at her grave.
Groan silently. So you can groan silently, but don't be out here boo-hooing and oh my God, why? No. So pretty much, Ezekiel had to have a poker face, man.
While he out, yeah.
He couldn't let his emotions be seen.
Yeah. Boy.
You know, he couldn't have his emotions be seen like that, man. He had to maintain that stoic, stern, austere mindset, even in the midst of losing his wife.
Right. Boy,
Man, bro,
that's a sign of things to come.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Damn, bro. Like, I'm just thinking, like, man, that's heavy, man.
It's very heavy.
You got it.
It says,
Time to come, man. You know, you may see things happen to your family. All right. You know, someday you can't grieve over. You got to probably be moving. All right. You got, like the scripture say, we got to be like pilgrims when the time gets real bad. You know, you may see something happen. You can't sit there and moan and groan, holding the body. I can't believe it. You know, I have to just let it be and just keep moving. You know, there's no time to cry. Cry, you know, like you say, hey, the Lord is setting up where we won't have time to sit there and mope and weep. He's going to put a different spirit upon you in these times. That times get tougher and rough. These times are coming. They get really. It's going to be worse.
Yeah. You know, because it makes me think about, like, Nadab and Abihu, Aaron's sons. When they sacrificed that strange fire and the Lord killed them. And he told Aaron, he's like, man, look, don't cover your head. You know, hey. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and still, you better. He told Aaron too, you better not cry. Right. I better not see you crying. And Aaron had to go in there and he started to, you know, he couldn't mourn.
That was his son.
That was his sons.
Man, you ain't understand that till you have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was his son. His sons, both of those sons.
His duties.
Right.
You know? Go ahead. Can you read that? Go ahead.
Verse 24. Ezekiel 24 verse 17.
My son.
Right. Groan silently, but let there be no wailing at her grave. Do not uncover your head or take off your sandals.
See that? Don't uncover your head and don't take off your sandals, because you would take off your head wrap. You know, because you would have a mantle on, right? And then your sandal, you would walk barefoot. That was a sign of you mourning. Like when David was ascending up Mount Olivet, right? It said that he was ascending up the mount barefoot. You know, whenever Absalom, you know what I'm saying, whenever he was doing what he did, David was mourning, and he was walking up the mountain barefoot. You know, and you would cast earth on your head, things of that nature. That was a sign of mourning. So he's pretty much telling them, you better not be mourning. Don't show that you're mourning, right?
Yeah.
It says, do not perform the usual rituals of mourning, or accept any food brought to you by consoling friends.
Right, you know, because your friends will come, you know, your friends will come to you. They will bring forth, you know, food and things like that. They will sit with you, like Job's friends. They came when he was mourning. His homies came to mourn with him.
Right. Like people do it now.
Yep.
Yeah, you go to the few after you go to the crib. What they do? They bring food. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get one for you real quick. Yep, Romans 12:15. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. There it is, right there. You know what I'm saying? So if you see your friends rejoicing, you will rejoice with your homies. You see your friends weeping due to like a death, you would weep with your friends, man. Because that ultimately brings forth comfort too. You know, when somebody's there with you, they going through it with you. You know, you're not necessarily going through it on your own, but the Lord had Ezekiel go through this on his own. You see, and this lines up with what? Philippians, the 2nd chapter. We all got to work out our own soul salvation with fear and trembling, man. Because when all hell break loose, I may not necessarily be able to be with this brother. He may be some, you know, who knows? You be on your own.
Right.
You know, you may not be able to go home to your wife and your kids, your children.
What it said, 2 in the field, Matthews, one on the rooftop, one look back. You can't look back. If you at work and shit get going crazy, naturally, but I gotta go home and get it. You can't.
Right, your
Come on,
road's
get
gonna
your
be
ass
blocked
caught
off.
up. Yeah.
How you think? I mean, I gotta go home. You gotta hop on the highway. I gotta go on 121.
Shit,
Man,
you do that
121
shit.
is gonna be. You know, you ain't.
You
Everybody doing the same thing you trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
I'm gonna go get out and start walking.
Yeah, and just pray to the Lord and pray to the Lord that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua keeps your family safe.
Right.
And ultimately, you know, you pray to the Lord to keep your family safe because if you be obedient, the Lord have it to whereas you meet back up with your family.
Right.
And this is also a testament to you women too.
Yep.
Because what happens when shit pop off and let's say you by yourself and you got the children with you, or even if you may not have a child, you may have a husband. What you gonna do?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
And you in captivity too?
You in
One of these
captivity
curses
too.
Shit. Yep.
The day of the Lord gonna come upon, it's gonna come upon everybody, man.
Yep.
You know? But if you got that faith, you know, you got that trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, he may have it to whereas y'all meet back up.
Right.
And you be preserved and she be preserved. He had food for you. You was preserved, the child there. You know? And that would be a joyful feeling.
Yeah.
That would feel good, man. You be like, man, you know, that would, man, you know. Man, why do y'all, and you would start praising the Lord, man. You know?
Ezekiel 24:18, it says, so I proclaimed this to the people the next morning, and in the evening my wife died.
There it is.
The next morning I did everything I had been told to do.
He was obedient. You know, he obeyed the word, he obeyed the commandment.
It says, verse 19, then the people asked, what does all this mean?
Right.
What are you trying to tell us?
So when that happened, that's heavy, bro. When that, I'm gonna just stupid shit down first. So when that happened, the people that was at that time in Jerusalem, right? Excuse me, in Babylon, because he was in Babylon at this time. Jake at that time, that goes to show you they had a wherewithal of understanding that this was a sign of something. You see what I'm saying? His wife, his wife died, and these things happened, and they at least Jake had an inkling to understand this had to be a sign of something. What is this? And they asked him, what does this mean? Remember, the scripture says that the prophets will be for signs and wonders in Israel. You know, Ezekiel or Isaiah walking around naked, Jeremiah walking around with a yoke of iron on his neck. That all meant something.
Yeah, because remember, the Lord was close to the land then. So imagine now, he's far from us now.
Man.
Back then, he was closer to them now. He was closer to them. They seen the miracle. We don't see, you know, for what they saw, we don't see them, but we see the miracle still now spiritually. But the Lord was close to the land back then to the men of the Lord.
Yeah.
Right?
You know?
Yep.
Bringing up those examples. This is Job 27, verse 5 and 6. It says, for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua forbid that I should justify you. Till I die, I will not remove my integrity from me. My righteousness I hold fast, and will not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me so long as I live. Right? And what is it? We read in the NLT, it says, I will never concede that you are right, I will defend my integrity until I die. I will maintain innocence without wavering. My conscience is clear so long as I live. So, like I said, that integrity, all right? When you see something going on and then the Lord put you in that spirit and say, hey, you got to go through this, you got to deal with this, you got to have this type of mindset, that's going on, like we were speaking about earlier, going back to that wisdom, be wise to do these things. And if you have that faith and believe in the Lord will put that spirit on you to make it through the task that you got to go through.
Yeah, because the Lord, that's what meekness means.
Right.
Is understanding the dealings with you from Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shah is not meant to destroy you, but it's meant to purify you.
Right.
Even though in the flesh it could look bad.
Right.
That's why the scripture says, and it's easier said than done. That's where that experience comes in. The scripture says, you walk by faith, but not by sight. You don't walk by the sight of things. You walk by the faith that the Lord is dealing with you in that scenario situation, that whatever that situation could be.
I mean, that takes complete trust.
That's it.
It's like each episode you go through, the Lord deliver us out of it. We should get numb to everything. Although He could take our children and women away, we got to understand He could bring them back too.
Exactly.
So we got, man, I like the brother in Alabama would say, man, the elect is cut from a different cloth, man.
Right.
They get numb to shit here, they just moving. Because they know that, like those 7 brothers in Ezra's, chopped my hand, because they knew that was coming back. That's complete trust. That's crazy, man. That's the kind of faith, like the Elder Mawakazak said in L.A. Elder Mawakazak, you got to have a boatload of faith, man. That's pure trust.
I got a quick one. 2nd Ezra 16 and
2nd Ezra.
and the evils be pilgrims on the earth.
Like 40? About 40?
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, and you can break it down. Verse 40. It says, "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth."
Right. So that should let you know, like, you should attach. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be detached from this place, man. And when the Lord say move, we gotta move when the Lord say move, man. Like the elder Bunza Pai said, man, when it pop off, you can't worry about, when the Lord,
Let me go get my PlayStation.
Right, let me go do this, no, man, when it's time to move, you gotta move, man. You see, the spirit gotta be on you to move, man. You see, and that's why it's important to understand and read the spirit. But we're being taught how to read the spirit now, man.
Right.
Because in the time that we're coming into, we're gonna have to be on point when it comes to reading the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Locking in, knowing, hey, because the spirit gonna guide us. You gotta know when it's talking to you, man. When it's trying to guide you a certain way, man. You see?
I got that word pilgrim in the etymology. Go ahead.
Because He said we pilgrims. Right now, we spiritually pilgrims now. That's talking about the physical part of it.
Yeah.
Some of us gonna be homeless.
Right. Yeah.
We'll be living in tents. So right now, we spiritual pilgrims now because we detached from this world mentally.
Right.
That's going to take place in the physical part. I'm sorry.
No. I'm sloppy.
Oh, you got it?
No, just to back your point up. Eventually, we're going to have to detach from this place, man. I mean, what is it? Be off the grid. Off the grid, so to say, man. And we have examples of that in the scriptures of men of the Lord having to go off the grid, like Elijah. There was one point in time with what was it? Ahab and Jezebel was trying to kill Elijah. He had to go off the grid. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord provided the whole time, bro. You know what I'm saying? The angel woke him up. Hey, look here. You know what I'm saying? He was hungry, man. The angel woke him up here. He had food. You know what I'm saying? And here it is. The angel comes. He bouncing. Here you go. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I know, right?
It can happen, bro. Yeah, it happened before. It can happen again, man. Woo. You see? But when those examples going back into Elijah, when the Lord told Elijah to move and do this, Elijah moved. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord took care of him. You got sometimes when the Lord was like, Elijah's like, damn, man, I'm the last one left. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord preserved him the whole time, bro. You know, even when that famine happened, the Lord told him, look, go up to this part right here. Y'all let me
Go ahead, no, make a point.
like I said, you go up to this part right here. I'm stay by this stream. I'm gonna feed you. They said the raven came and fed them. I think like twice or 3 times a day.
Damn.
3 times a day. You got you get food 3 times a day.
I'm saying, but imagine that, bro. You see a bird, you kind of like move. You got to be totally locked in. But the Bible said in Book of Job, something about be a lead with. Yeah.
Woo! I got something to back y'all up about being off the grid. 2nd Maccabees 5, And I'll start at verse 24. Somebody can break it down. He sent also that detestable ringleader Apollonius with an army of 22,000, commanding him to slay all those that were in their best age, and to sell the women in their younger sort, who coming to Jerusalem and pretending peace, did forbear to the holy day of the Sabbath, when taking the Jews keeping the holy day, he commanded his men to arm themselves. And so he slew all them that were gone to the celebrating of the Sabbath, and running through the city with weapons slew great multitudes. But Judas Maccabeus with 9 others, or thereabout, withdrew himself into the wilderness, and lived in the mountains after the manner of beasts with his company, who fed on herbs continually, lest they should be partakers of the pollution. It was literally off the grid. It said they lived after the manner of beasts. So they was out there in the wilderness, in the mountains, you know, eating the herbs. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't in the comfort of their homes. They had to flee. See, it was him and his men. Yep. They had to go and they had to leave. It was probably, like you said, dwelling in caves. You know, they had to make little thickets and booths and things of that nature, sleeping on, but the Lord provided for them.
Right. David too. David was a good example. You had to flee. He was on the run for years, bro. Fleeing, living in caves and stuff, bro. Right. Man, hey, bro. Ooh, the Lord provided though. You know what I'm saying? The Lord made sure David was straight, man. You know.
But your David kept praying too.
Right. Yeah.
That was Judas you were reading. Yeah, and he had experience. And the Lord, he knew how to move. And the Lord gave him that understanding to move. His father had to do the same thing. What happened when he the Jake that was up there over there slaying like a foul sacrifice?
Oh yeah.
He slew them. And what did they have to do? They had to make haste, and they went out to the wilderness. You know, so he knew how to move. And the Lord put that experience on him to understand when to move like that.
Yep. And understanding when you're in the wilderness like that, you got to understand that Yahweh Shema Shai going to be with you.
Right.
That's what we got to revert back to the scriptures. Like it tells you pretty much the things that are written aforetime for our learning.
There you go.
This is Romans 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. You know, so hey, these accounts are in the scriptures for that reason and purpose, to give us that comfort, that hope, because the Lord provided back then. You know, the scriptures say that which was then is now. These same things are coming back around now, man. We're not going to be able to be in the comfort of our homes. This nigga is going to make sure to make everybody uncomfortable, because he's trying to make these people bow down, man. Right. You know, that MOT to the B is coming, man. You know, he's going to get these people so uncomfortable that the majority of them are going to bow down, man. You know what I'm saying? And you already see these things happening, man. These people are getting evicted out their homes, you know, on the streets. There's more people living in their cars now than there's ever been before, man. You know, you got homeless people. The number is constantly rising. So we're coming in. Hey, bro, that's gonna start happening to brothers as well, man. That's why, hey, it's a lot of brothers and their families may be together in one apartment, maybe 1 or 2 people working. You know what I'm saying? These things are coming, man. It's very uncomfortable conditions are coming in the earth, man. So, but at the end of the day, all the one thing that all of those those people had in common was the faith, man. Just like the elder just mentioned, you know, the elder in LA, we have to have a boatload of faith. And what is faith, man? You know, Hebrews the 11th chapter and verse 1, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Those things that we can't see, we believe. You know what I'm saying? So did they, man. You know, we believe that the Lord is going to come through for us, man. Right. That's why we're not really worried about anything. You know, we're not worried. We know the Lord is a man of his word. He says, like he says, my servant shall eat, my servant shall drink, and my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be thirsty, hungry, and sorrowful. We believe that, bro. Right. We're not worried. We believe in that in the coming times when the famine hits and ain't no food, that the Lord is going to provide. I think the priest Tazamah just mentioned, you know, about the food. Just angel bounce, just bounce. You know what I'm saying? Right. There's accounts, man. That's what I just read. All of these accounts give us that hope, that faith, that comfort, man.
Right. Habakkuk, the angel took Habakkuk to drop some food off to Daniel, man. Yep. In the lion's den, bro. Yep. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I got something real quick, bro. Sirach 2 and 10. Look at the generations of old and see it's like did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in the Spirit and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon his name? They called upon him, like, see, so there you have it, man. Look at the generations of the old, man. That's why it's important to read. That's why it says in Revelations, 1 and 3, blessed is he that readeth, man. You see, because when you read these accounts, man, it you know what I'm saying? It does something to your spirit, man. You see, especially when you believe on it, man. You know what I'm saying? You believe on it, man, on these accounts, man. And you know that it's possible that the Lord can do that, all right, for you. The Lord is already doing right now. We eating the Lord is we eating and drinking through the Lord right now. You know what I'm saying? Right. You think it's gonna stop when Jacob's trouble happens? No, the Lord is gonna continue. These people are not gonna be able to eat, man. Right. You see, but the Lord is gonna continue to provide for his men. All right, provide for the elect, man. All right.
This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 72. It says, "For they shall waste and take away their goods."
Start up one.
Was that 71?
Yeah, start up one.
2nd Ezra 16 and 71.
70.
Verse 70. "For there shall be in every place and in its next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua."
Right. So your ass ain't gonna be able to flee to another city and think you're gonna have a sanctuary, man.
Right.
You know, oh hell yeah, no, this is gonna be happening everywhere, man. Yep. Everywhere across the 50 states, man, it's gonna be taking place, man.
Right.
Across the 4 corners of the earth, man.
Look at that goddamn, whatever car you got, that Corvette, that Maserati, that shit gonna be worthless in that day.
Right.
Boy.
That shit gonna be used to start a fire if you need to get warm.
Right.
Become your shelter.
From your shelter, yeah.
Yeah.
Be living in that motherfucker.
Eating rubber, eating the tires.
Damn. Trying to
Rubber
boil
hit
rubber.
the pavement for real.
Man.
Yeah. So in the movie Civil War, that you couldn't move from city to city.
Right.